Yo people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for Chelsea versus Leeds review. I don't even know what to do right now. Do I smile? Do I move on and just kind of play it cool? Do I cheer? Do I reminisce and watch it back? Go through the statistics? This is such an odd feeling. Guys, we scored goal of the month. Yeah, already, by the way. I'm calling it right now. And we won a football match. Damn! Come on! Yes! Come on, my son! Come on! That historic Leeds rivalry. They haven't done the double over us. We're that much closer to the 40-point mark as well. Let's not forget, today we go to 34 points. 6 points to go until safety is secured. I am honestly ecstatic. I am so relieved. I feel like on the edge, on the grand scheme of things, I think we slightly deserved the win as well. I think we were slightly the better team. We created bigger chances, I think. But it was close. Leeds came and certainly tried to conquer and cause problems. I mean, the lineup. Let's start with the lineup, because when we was reacting to the lineup, initially everybody was kind of looking at it thinking, it's actually not far away from what we said in the preview. I know it was a little bit all over the shop with the changes with Reece James coming out, but we said Loftus-Cheek would kind of go into that right wing back position. That's what I would have preferred anyway, to kind of slot and move across into a midfield three so we don't get overloaded or outnumbered by an Aronson or a McKennie or a Rocker or whoever were playing there with Adams. And you know, Loftus-Cheek, he was pretty quiet, wasn't really heavily involved. I didn't really notice him at all at times, but he was just in there to do a job, and he actually became probably the more defensive wing back in this team, because Chilwell was bombing forward. He had a massive chance in this game, he should have scored it, and he was very much an outlet, very much an out ball, and very high up the pitch and causing issues. So it was actually Loftus-Cheek that was probably the more reserved out of the two wing backs, and obviously to deal with Harrison and Aronson and these guys pulling out to that left hand side as well. Now Leeds did create opportunities. Like I said, they had 11 shots, only 2 on target. Their finishing wasn't great. I think that's been something of a consistent theme in their season. We also very similar. Not exactly the greatest shooting in the world, but we had big chances. Like I said, Chilwell should really be getting his shot in the back of the net with that 1v1, that wonderful pass. I almost celebrated that Kai Havertz pass. I celebrated it. I haven't seen Kai Havertz play that type of pass too often, if at all, since he came to Chelsea. He did it a lot at Bayer Leverkusen. Now, maybe that's partly as well because he plays higher up the pitch, but the way he floated that ball in behind to Chilwell, woo, honestly, I took it as a goal. I took it as a goal. I'm starving. I have not eaten until today. You know what I'm saying? Yum, yum, yum. We just won. No, it's not a meal. It's not a wonderful meal. Let's have it right. Let's have it right. Yeah. Today's not a wonderful meal. It's a snack. Today is a snack, a cracker, a starter. Yeah, we're not gonna overanalyze this in terms of, oh, we're back on track, but we got to win in a relegation scrap to get ourselves closer to the 40-point mark, and we'll take it. We'll take it by any means necessary. Felix hit the bar as well. Sterling was good today. Raheem Sterling was very good today again, especially in the opening half, getting past players. He created that Felix chance. He was again, I feel like Sterling in the last couple of games, he's kind of like a must start. And I really, again, when those rumours started to come up again, him potentially leaving, I said, no, he's one of those guys from that summer window that we hold stocks in Sterling. He's not perfect, but he's very good at what he does. He gets past players, man. He always looking to take his man on. He had a really good couple of cutbacks today that almost some of them led to big chances, like as Felix unlucky hitting the bar, but some of them led to more chances as well. And he's just he was a positive influence in this game whenever he was on the ball. So I was really happy with him. And then of course, when you're looking further back, Wesley Fofana today, for me, man of the match, obviously because he got his goal as well, which was huge, but he deserved that goal because he was playing so well. Koulibaly made some big slide tackles, kind of Kurt Zouma-esque 2 times, but also made a couple of moments where you're thinking, I'm still smelling some nonsense. I'm still smelling some funky stuff. Guy tried to give the ball away a couple of times. Kepa had to bail him out. And then, of course, you looked at Badiashile as well. Solid enough today. So for me, but Wesley Fofana, for me, stand out definitely with the goal. Brilliant. We must rise. He rise and ruined in the end Leeds' defence on that corner. It was a nice ball in. Got up, headed it back in. Today, it felt like almost a Tuchel type game in ways. We went back to that 3 at the back, a lot more solidarity defensively in terms of just having that cushion. Loftus-Cheek was coming back, Chilwell was coming back into that 5, and then because we don't have a natural DM in Cover or Enzo, it doesn't put as much pressure on them to hold down the fort because you have that extra stability behind you. And then the goal comes from a defender. Again, start of last season, it was defenders galore getting the goals, whether it be Trevor Chalobah, whether it be Silva, whether it be, the wing backs. It's literally just defenders getting the goals, and today a defender gets the goal. So it's a decent win and nothing more, because at the end of the day, on another day that can go very wrong and we could actually be in the mud, because Leeds, we left them in the game. Potter did in the second half get very, very negative, and I was very worried for him. That could have been a massive slap in the face. He basically went with a 3-6-1 at one point, bringing on Gallagher, bringing on Zakaria, which I had no problem with for Cover, because I feel like, he brought him on for Sterling. That was actually where I started to think, God damn, do you know what I'm saying? You've taken off Felix and Sterling. You've gone with a 3-6-1, only Kai up top, loads of midfielders. You're inviting pressure. You're asking for pressure. You're asking for Leeds to kind of flood us. And if they do equalise here, you are going to take a lot of heat for that, because someone said it in my comments. It's like he was driving a Hyundai when he had the keys to a Lambo, and he didn't know we had gears to go up. He's driving a Nissan. He didn't know we had gears to go up in that gear stick. And it's like, bruv, we're playing in second gear here. We can go to third, fourth, fifth, sixth. But he's like, nope, handbrake up. We need to win the game. I am defending for my life. I get it. Your job was apparently on the line today if you lost. So I get defending for your life. Just lucky that it kind of worked out that way. Then the other substitutions start to come on. The Madueke's, Carney's come on. Nice to see him back on the bench again today. Aubameyang was on the bench, didn't come on. There were options. Leeds, they had a couple of strikers out in no Rodrigo, but no Bamford also didn't play. Rotter got the start. Nonto come off the bench. Somerville was causing problems today. Somerville was an issue. He was definitely a tricky customer. Won some important fouls in and around the area. We had to be careful with that. Koulibaly could have been booked earlier on. So there's still concerns, 100%. This is not... The only way this was going to be a real mood lifter is if we absolutely hammered, battered, slaughtered Leeds and put them to the sword with a 4-5 goal or something madness, 3, 4, 5 goals. We didn't do that. It felt like a relegation clash in a way, because two teams were pretty even for a lot of the game, very nip and tuck, and we scraped out the other end of it and got a big win on our road to 40 points. So it is what it is. We move to the next game. Hopefully it can give us some sort of, I won't even call it momentum, I call it mo. Like I said, it doesn't deserve the extra syllables, the extra letters. One win against Leeds at home, you don't get momentum from that. You get mo. Just mo. Hopefully it gives us some mo going into Dortmund, I watched them yesterday against Leipzig. They won again, 2-1 against RB Leipzig. Every single game this year they've won in 2023. Top of the league in the Bundesliga. And at the moment, unmoved, unscathed. So we have to beat them, right? That's the only way we're going to go through, is by beating them. We can't draw. We're 1-0 down already. That's a massive game on Tuesday night. Let's see if they, the players and Potter, can go again, step it up. This hasn't given me any more confidence for Dortmund. I'm not going to lie. I still don't have any much confidence for Dortmund, as I wouldn't have before this match. But at least they have something to be smiling about today at full time. The dressing room, hopefully the mood can pick up in training and they can kick on and try and turn that tie around. They need to win that game, to go out of the Champions League in the first round, after going out in the first round of both the cups. We've only got the Premier League left, and we've just about got ourselves back into 10th today, because Aston Villa won as well. They did leapfrog us when we were level. It's the seasons. What do we do with that? You know what I mean? So yeah, we'll see what happens against Dortmund. Big selection headaches coming up there. We'll touch on that more in our preview. Obviously, Mason Mount is suspended, but now looks like he's injured anyway. Reece James, will he be in contention? Will he be able to play? Apparently, there was a chance for that. Today, he was obviously left out for precautions on that hamstring. We don't have Badiashile. We don't have Madueke. Mudryk will be there. No Silva. So it'll probably be a Koulibaly, Fofana, and Trevor, some sort of amalgamation of that. We're going to have to deal with it. Hall is there. Royce, Bellingham. Bellingham's playing very well. He played very well against Leipzig, was very involved in the midfield with the passing range. This is going to be a big game. It's a huge game, and it's a massive game. I think they're going to have flares and atmosphere is going to be pumping outside the ground before kickoff, and it's a massive opportunity, because usually we're trying to flip our fortune by sacking managers. Napoli, right? You will remember how we turned that game around, but we haven't done that this time. We haven't done that this time. This time they've stuck with the manager. The manager's got to flip that score, flip that result. Dortmund let you create chances. They give you opportunities. They are open. So I expect us to create chances. I expect us to score goals, and I expect us to come back and win. We have to try and do that. You know, that should be the expectation. Do I think it's going to happen? Whole nother question. It's down to them to prove it. But yeah, important win today, because if we didn't win and we lost, I think he would be finished. I think P45 would have come. I think the letter would have arrived in his post box. You know, it would have said, unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances, the rest of the letter continues. You already know where it is. Yeah, would have been a long day. So we take it, pinch of salt, guys. Literally nothing more than that. Happy for the win and we move. There's not too much to get overexcited about, in my opinion. And we go over to the next one. Make sure you smash up the like, subscribe if you haven't already. In a bit, people. Peace.